what's up, guys? I'm Aubrey,
I'm Emma.
and welcome back to BDE Podcast.
Big dick energy!
Hey, thank you guys for thank you for watching our first episode. I hope you liked it.
If you did, and if you didn't, that's fine. You can just watch this one.
But don't be mean about it. We have fragile egos. Alright. How was your week, Emma?
It was good. It's once again busy, stressful, but there was something particularly good about this week that made it wholesome. I was sitting at my desk doing homework as one does, and my mom goes, "Holy shit, what's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's fine. Like, I'm not worried about it." And she's like, Emma, get down here. And I'm like, okay. I thought I was in trouble for something. I was like, I don't even know what I did. I don't know if I left something, like what would it be? And I get down there and my mom's just like staring out the window. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, no, look. And there is this like giant, some sort of rodent just sitting in our backyard, just like nibbling on a leaf. But it was huge. I mean, it was like a giant squirrel. And I was like, oh, it's just a really fat squirrel. And then it turned around, it had like a nub, and I was like, looks like a groundhog. And then I thought I was hallucinating for a while because I was like, there's no way. And it was real. My mom took very blurry pictures of it, so it does exist.
So
But
you
how
just
was
had a
your week?
groundhog? Oh my god, that's
I
crazy.
guess it climbed under our fence and just disappeared, and we haven't seen it since.
Oh, that's sad.
How was your week?
It was good. I just finished taking a test not that long ago, so that was fun. But so I went to an apple orchard this week, so that was fun. They had no apples that you could pick, but I managed to find some, and I ate some. And the craziest thing happened because I had taken a bite out of an apple, and it was not good, so I threw it, and it hit. So there's wires like holding the trees up. It hit the wire, split it down the middle, and spun around and got stuck. And I was like, that was some black magic stuff. Like, I don't know what just happened there, but it was really cool.
That's pretty sick.
It also just like, I was so angry because, I was like in my sneakers, ready to like walk around this apple orchard and pick some pumpkins, and there's just like all these girls wearing high-heeled shoes and flip-flops, and you know that they're just going to take Instagram pictures. And I was like, I want to eat some apples, bro. That's all I want.
Last time I went to an apple orchard, it was the same thing. Like, we got there and they were like, you can't pick apples.
Yeah.
We were like, then why are we here, dude? We just drove an hour.
Bizarre.
But they did have apple cider slushies. It was killer. Not worth an hour drive, but it was still real good. So
that's good. All right, so for this week's episode, Emma last time said that we were madly in love when we first met as roommates, so we're gonna test that theory and see if we're in love now. Ask each other some questions and see what's up. All right,
I'm nervous.
I know, me too.
Let's go.
So question 1, given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
I'll let you go first on this one.
It's hard. I definitely think I'd want something like someone that was dead, if that's a choice. Like Bob Marley or someone cool. I feel like he would be like a chiller, and I feel like that could be really fun. How about you? Yeah.
See, I was much more thinking about people who are alive who I just want to meet. Mm-hmm. There's a backstory to this I can't say, but Noel Miller.
100%. I love him. He's so funny. It would definitely be a very entertaining dinner.
I'm like slightly in love with him. If I could have both, like Cody and Noel, I'd do it. But like, if I had to pick one, I'd pick Noel.
No offense to Cody, but he's the cooler one.
Yeah. We weren't supposed to say it.
Not too mean. Okay. All right, next question. Would you like to be famous, and in what way?
I think not like famous. Like, I wouldn't want to be like E! News. I mean, I'd like to be, people say it's the worst, but I think it'd be fun to be bombarded by paparazzi because some of the best memes come out of that, which,
Sure.
but like, I don't know, I'd want to be like mildly wealthy, like almost like, this is going to sound so stupid, like Black Bear wealthy. But like, you really don't hear him in the news. He just has songs that come out, and no one watches his interviews. I do, but like no one really does, and he just has a shit ton of money. Like,
yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel like I wouldn't want to be famous, because yeah, that would probably suck. You know, you got people following you around all the time. That's just weird. But I definitely think it'd be cool to be like in a movie that people love, and they're like, "This is the best movie ever," and you're like, "I'm in that. That's super cool." But yeah, I don't know. Just having money would be nice, also.
that, yeah, no, I get that. I love I didn't say like what I'd be famous for. I was just like, money. Let me think of something though, because now I have to. I'd want to be a SoundCloud rapper.
Like
That
a
is
super
like,
famous one.
I have no potential there, none. But God, if I could be a SoundCloud rapper, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have to
that'd be
think
fun.
twice about that.
That'd be super fun. Before you make a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say and why? I definitely do. Like, no matter the situation, I think I always have to like figure out what I'm gonna say in my head because it's just like I'm an anxious person. I feel like something I need to do all the time, especially when I'm like ordering food. I'm just like, go, "Hi, how are you? Can I have this? This is my name. I'll be there soon. Okay, thanks, bye."
On my way. I'm the same way. That's like the one thing I won't do on the phone is order food. Like, I have to get someone to do it for me. And I don't know why, because I used to work at places where people would call and order food. And it was never like, it was always very clear conversation or people were mean. But like, God, the idea, and it's also like, if I go to a coffee shop and mess up my order, I'll never say. It's that kind of thing where it's just like, they don't get paid enough to begin with. So it's
Yeah.
like, but I don't know, I make a lot of phone calls, like doctors and stuff. I guess I don't script that as much. I don't know. But in general, yes, I do script conversations and phone calls.
What would constitute a perfect date for you?
A perfect date?
Day, not a date.
Day? Oh, sick. Okay, so I hate to say I'm an early riser, but I am. I can't sleep in past 7 for some reason. So I'd get up. I'd actually feel good because that never happens. I'd, God, go to brunch. I hate breakfast food besides the like bougie places. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just how it is. So I'd go get breakfast. I'd go to, in this scenario, I'd have to be in Nashville though, because all my favorite places are there. So there's a place called Red Bicycle, and I'd go there. Their food kind of sucks, but their coffee's really good. So I'd mostly get coffee and then get something cheap off their menu because nothing's really good. And then, God, this is hard. And then I'd be a nerd and I'd go to a library or something and I'd like read a book and like something, I don't know. And then I like mine is mostly I'm focused on food because then for lunch I would probably get some sort of Thai food, as one does. Oh, I'd be hanging out with people. Just, this whole time I've been hanging out with people I didn't mention.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to be alone.
No.
That'd be great, but like also no. And then, oh, you know what'd be cool though? Like perfect day. And then I get to go on like a shopping spree, but at like a really good thrift store. Because like I don't know. If I go to like retail stores, nothing against retail stores, but when I go there, I'll find like one thing and I'll be like, that's it. I really want to go off right now, but
Yeah.
I don't like what's on the shelves, or it's like way too expensive.
Yeah, there's no
And I
in
think
between.
even if I still had like, if this was unlimited money, like shopping spree,
Mhm.
I'm still really cheap. Like I couldn't. I'd be like, yeah, I'm not paying $50 for that. I'm sorry, I can't do it. That's why thrifting works for me. But it'd have to be one of the like nice ones, not that. You know what I mean, though, the ones that have all the good stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then I'd go to dinner at somewhere really bougie because I've just always wanted to do that. Because I just don't do that. I'm like, it's not worth the money.
Yeah,
And
it's not.
then I'd end the day, and the only way you could end the best day, I'd go to a Black Bear concert, and then I'd go to sleep.
That sounds pretty good.
Fun day.
Okay. So for mine, I'm a morning person, but I like to sleep in because I'm also like a night owl at the same time, which just makes no sense whatsoever. But I'd probably want to sleep in a little bit. And then, yeah, I'd go out to like brunch or something, but like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I need a nice sleep. And then, I'd probably paint for a while, honestly. Get those creative juices flowing, hang out with my friends. I'd probably I'd want to go to a Bor concert. Like, he's just the love of my life, that man. He's so funny. So I definitely want to go to that, and then maybe just like throw a couple more concerts in there until, you know, the end of the night
And
wraps down, and then just go to bed. Not that
add so many
exciting.
artists, it becomes a festival. That's what
Yeah,
happens.
exactly. My own private festival with just my friends. That'd be sick.
That'd be really cool. No, I love how similar ours almost are. Like we're both like, I want to do
Mhm.
this art thing in the morning, but then it's gonna get
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, next one. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want? Is this asking if we're 90 and then we live 30 more years or 60 more years after we're 90?
No, um, no, you live till 90, so you're dead. Um, but
Okay,
after you're 30, you live 60 years. So when you're 30, you get to make the choice, pretty much.
okay, okay. I don't know. That's a tough one.
I I'm going back and forth heavily on this one because I'm like,
Yeah,
I would say body, but I don't know how I'm gonna look when I'm 30. And I've always wanted to look like an old person, like be wrinkly and wear like the two-piece like t-shirt, like comfy pants, like you're just wearing pajamas all the time.
I think it means like the physical abilities of a 30-year-old.
Oh,
Like not like sitting in a wheelchair and shit.
oh, damn, that changes everything. I think ability for sure, because I want to become old and wise, but I still want to be able to do things.
Hmm. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like I don't think if you're that old and you're forgetting things, there's things you want to forget anyway. Like no
That's
big
true.
deal. Yeah. You have a secret hunch about how you will
You start this one off.
die. I definitely feel like I'm gonna die in like maybe my 30s. I have this feeling, like I know, which is kind of sad, but like I just have,
You know.
and I feel like it's gonna be some kind of accident, not like a car crash or something, but like I'm accidentally gonna die because of something, and I feel like it's gonna be like I get hit by a bus. I don't know
yeah.
why, but I feel like I'm just gonna get hit by a bus.
I mean, sure, yeah, okay. No, because we've talked about this before. That's the reason I didn't look shocked when you said that, because I'm sure if I didn't know that, I would have been shocked. I don't know how long I live, but I have 3 scenarios that I've always thought. Either I'm going to drown. Mine are all really dark. They're not funny. Or I'm going to get in a car accident because I drive stupid. Or
Me too.
I'm going to be assassinated.
Who's gonna want you dead?
There are people, I have enemies. I could have you ever thought of a list of people who I hate you, and then you're like, who would hate me to the point of wanting to kill me?
Can't say I have.
You're so chill though. I'm chaotic. Ugh, yeah.
Yeah. I could see drowning for myself too. Cause one time I almost drowned. We'll talk about that another time, but it was not fun.
Yeah.
Alright. Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common. 1, we're making this podcast, which I hope you guys enjoy. 2, we were roommates freshman year of college. And 3, we both transferred schools.
Wait, do I have to do 3 now? Hold on. Okay.
If you want to, you can think of another thing to add in there.
Yeah, I can add 1. I don't think I can add 3 more things. No.
We
Wait.
both have crippling
We both have
and
mental
depression.
illness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right? Yeah, we'll put that down for 1.
If you would wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be? I think that if I could gain one ability, it would probably be I'm thinking superhero abilities here. So
That's what I was
I'm thinking maybe I could fly, which would be super sick. But if I could gain a quality, I'd probably want to be able to breathe out of both sides of my nostrils. Because I can't breathe out of one.
That's your quality. So I was thinking emotionally, quality. You're like, I'd fix my nose.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
Oh, I know what superhero ability I'd want. I'd want to be able to transport. Because I constantly, especially now that I live far away from most people I know, even my best friend in Memphis has moved. So I just transport. If someone were like, I want to see you, I'd be like, I'm going to my room, and then just disappear. First I was like, I want to be invisible. Yeah. Then I was like, no, because then people would say mean things about me and I would hear it, and I'm sensitive, and that's the quality I changed. I'm way too sensitive. I will cry over literally this is exposing myself. The other day, someone didn't reply to my Snapchat, and it wasn't a picture that was obviously I sent to 20 million people. It was a question, and they didn't answer it. So I took them off of my private story. That's some stupid shit I do. Because I'm sensitive, and I was like, I don't want... Yeah, okay. Anywho.
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what do you want to know? I'm going to say no. just because I feel like that's gonna be in the back of your head for the rest of your life. And I feel like I don't want that pressure, you know? Like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I don't really care.
Like, I so live in, like, the butterfly effect, and I feel
Mhm.
like knowing would make something happen where it doesn't happen. I also,
Yeah.
because what was the three? It's like, see the future. No,
Mhm.
I don't want to know. And then, what was the
Something
other two?
about your life, truth about yourself, your life, the future,
Yeah,
or
and
anything else.
both of those absolutely no. I don't want to know. No.
Alright. No. Next. What is the greatest accomplishment of your life? Making this super cool podcast.
That everyone loves
Yeah.
and cherishes. Yeah, that's mine too. I'm gonna be
All right.
real.
Well, I guess we're in love then.
Oh, I'm so
If you
glad.
knew, if you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you were living now? Why?
I would quit my job. I'd drop out. I'd move. With what money? But like I would. People would pity me and start a GoFundMe, and then I'd be
Mhm.
wealthy. Um, I'd try to write a book in 1 year, a memoir. Try to like hammer it out, and then I'll be like one of those iconic people who like the book was never published. So then when they die, it's like, oh, we gotta publish this. So
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. I feel like I would just kind of do the same thing that I'm doing now, just chill, just hang out. And then I think over the summer of that 1 year, and then if we're talking about like wake up in January and you have all the way till January 1st of next year, I feel like I would just like go ham over the summer, just like blow all my money, go to like as many things as I could, and then December just like be like tell my friends I love them more than I do. I feel like I forget to do that too with my family. A little too deep there, but
no, reasonably
yeah.
deep. I'm just like, I'm gonna ruin my own life in a year.
Tell
Okay.
your partner tell your partner what you like about them. This time, be very honest of a thing that you might not say to someone you just met. Well, we haven't just met.
But the thing is, it's stuff I've said to you before. Like, I'm emotional as well. So it's like, randomly, I'm like, you're the love of my life, you know? So, like, I've always thought you are the coolest person I've ever met. Like, genuinely. And I've met a lot of cool people, but, like, for some reason, you're so chill. It's a different kind of cool where you're not flexing anything. You're just like, and that's, yeah.
I think for you, it'd definitely be like you're such a caring person. You care so much about people, and it's really nice.
Oh,
Yeah, just like I like it.
nice.
Oh, all right. Which actor or actress would play you in a movie? Well, according to the Snapchat filter that identifies which celebrity looks the most like you, I got Bridget Mendler from Good Luck Charlie. So I'm gonna pick her because I feel an emotional connection to that.
I hate that I see it though. I'm like,
I
yeah, I
know
could see some
it was
facial
a hundred
features.
percent match too. So I was just like,
So
and
you
at the end
are
of
Bridget.
yeah, exactly. At the end of the movie, though, she'd have to, pull out the little camera and be like, "Good luck, Charlie," and then that'd be done.
Mine, I hate that mine is just so dumb. But ever since I was a lot younger, because I've been asked this question before,
Mhm.
it's a young Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he could pull it off. If someone could pull off like the feminine, but like masculine, like the balance I have, it'd be him.
Mhm. I love Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, especially young Leonardo DiCaprio. He was such a gem.
Yeah, even old Leo is just like such a political activist, and I love him for it.
Oh yeah. We're the fan club.
Yeah, true. We're changing the name of the podcast to Leonardo DiCaprio Fan Club.
What else could we do?
Nothing. If you woke up as the opposite sex in the morning, what are 3 things you would do? All right, so I wake up. I don't have boobs anymore. I got a penis. First thing that I would do, you know, you know how like guys are always just like doing helicopters isn't a real thing. Like I would just like swing it around, just like see what it's like. I think the second thing I would do would probably just be like pee anywhere I wanted to. It'd be
Yeah.
so convenient, so nice. I love that. And the third thing, I think I would just like talk to guys and see what is going on in their head because boys confuse me. I don't understand them. I'm just curious. Yeah, that's what I would do.
And they say women are confusing. I'm like, men is like they're a completely different minefield here.
Yeah.
So similar to your first one,
Mm-hmm.
this might expose me. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just go like this to it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, wiggle it a little bit. Because they're like,
Yeah.
what are those things called? I literally have talked about this to people, and I can never think of, they're just wiggle things, and they fall out of your hand, and I couldn't tell you. But, so I do that for a while. I like the peeing thing, but I can't steal your answer. I'd probably get a job and make more money than I do now. Um, yeah, it's a day, but like I'd probably make more than I do in a
Yeah.
day. So, and then that was gonna be my thing, is be one of the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Just like see how like I mean I hang out with guys, but it is a different dynamic because I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
Like just be like, let's see how this goes. Also, would I have this? That's a breaking the question. Would we have the same personalities and everything? Or would I be like full boy?
I don't know. I feel like you could just be full boy if you really wanted to.
I'd have to. I'd
I
have
feel like
to.
you gotta get in the character.
Yeah.
I also feel like it'd be interesting to see what a boner feels like. You know?
I've always wondered. Because it just like, you know, like it's like,
Like
it's like
when,
the like,
why, how, you know?
that, oh, but that's my biggest fear if I was a guy for a date is randomly getting a boner.
Yeah. I'd want to know what you do in that situation because I would lose my shit.
Me too. Absolutely. Oh.
All right. Do you think you're a good kisser?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I thought I was the bee's knees. Because when you date someone, of course, they're like, yeah, you're a good kisser. And then there was this person, like, I kissed outside of a relationship, and we were friends.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just like, no, you're not a good kisser.
Oof.
And ever since, I've been emotional about it. But I don't know. I feel like I am. I hope I am. This is just insecurity coming out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know, man. Because I feel like, you know, everyone wants to think they're a good kisser, but in actuality, everyone kisses like differently, right? So like, you could be a good kisser to one person and be a fucking awful
Yeah.
kisser to another. So I feel like to my boyfriend, I'm a good kisser, or at least I hope I am. But to anyone else, I ain't smooching you, so you can't
Yeah.
tell.
So, no, I mean, I've I've switched people who were bad kissers, just in general. And I do think it's also a feeling thing. I feel like when you date someone, you're like, oh, good, I'm a good kisser. But I dated someone who wasn't, we broke up really fast. It wasn't because of that, but it kind of was because of that. And then I can't explain that story at the moment, but there were a couple people I kissed, and one person didn't like, because, it's like, mwah, like, especially if it's just someone you know. This is me, this is him, and he went, like,
Oh
sucked
God.
my face, and I was like, I always thought that was just a term. No. No. So, there's, but it's not my taste, it could be someone else's, so.
Whose taste though? Who wants their entire face to be sucked off? Not me, that's who.
It was funny though, funny experience, so.
Yeah. Alright. Is there a memory you have of me that always makes you laugh?
I think of one automatically, and it's one recently that's come back up that I've been telling people about. God, I think it was the Uber on the way to the Jaws concert.
That's what I was thinking about.
Because that was, I don't know what was going on up here.
I think that was the hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life, but I had to cover my laugh, so it made it even funnier. Because, okay, so me and Emma were getting into this Uber to go to an EDM show while we were at school. And first off, the Uber started, we were waiting there, and we watched someone get busted for a bunch of drugs. So that was fun. And then it was an Uber pool, so someone else got in the car. And he said something.
So he was a Vanderbilt guy, and he was in a frat.
Yeah.
And they were having like a mixer, like a fraternity sorority thing.
Yeah.
And it was at a bar. And I wasn't in my right mind. And I said, well, I hope none of you get alcohol poisoning.
No one made a
Why?
sound the entire Uber ride. The rest of the trip, no one said a word. And Emma just was texting me, and she was like, I fucked up. Like, I don't know what to do. And I was just like, and like when you're trying really hard not to laugh in like a serious situation and you do that cough, I did that like probably 10 times, and they definitely knew we were laughing at them, but it was just like,
I'm noticing the common themes in these stories is that I do something and it results in something else.
You do something in Ubers.
I can't do the Uber thing anymore. It's always the Ubers.
I think
that's why we use Lyft now.
I think the one thing that I always think of is that, like, another Uber ride. The first Uber that we took through downtown Nashville, and we were driving past the bridge, and you had your head out the window, and you just turned and looked at me, you go, Nashville's so pretty. And I was just like, and you did that every single time after that.
Yeah, because everyone wouldn't let it go. So I meant it, okay? You guys can all come for me. I meant it.
So funny, though. What would you do if you won $10,000 right now?
I feel like because I feel like it's cheating if you're like, put it in the bank,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd pay off I couldn't pay off my car with 10,000. I'd pay my half of the car off, and that would be the whole 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think I would probably pay off college debt. Start early, just start paying it, because that's gonna take a while.
I love it's a fun question, and it's just like
we had sad answers.
Let's be real.
Yeah. All right. Last question. What's one thing you would change about me?
That you wouldn't die at 30. And I have good reasoning for that too. One, that I planned, okay, well, skip that one. But, like, bro, that means the podcast's over in 10 years. No, 9 for you. So, I mean,
You can keep it going without me. Get a new
I love,
co-host or something.
it's like the, call her daddy thing.
Oh,
where
yeah,
the
yeah.
got in so much trouble. It's like that. No, I don't want you to die at 30. I think that sucks.
Yeah.
I want to be like old people friends, like I romanticize being old too much, but
I think
now what would you change about me?
that you were better at responding to me. I feel like you leave my Snapchats on read all the time.
No, I don't. I'm going to explain this to you.
Mm-hmm.
Open it, and I don't remember opening it, which sometimes, yeah, me too. But I hate being left on read. And eventually the conversation's going to come to an end. And I feel like if I don't cut it, you will cut it. And then it will be on read. And that is so tough. But it just breaks my heart sometimes. Like, I'll be having a good conversation, and I'll reply, and then it'll just stop. It's nothing against you. It's just how I am. You can ask most people who I talk to.
All right.
Because Lucy's really bad at leaving me on read. And Kian's really bad at leaving me on read. And everyone else. Except you. See, I'm too sensitive. See, I had to explain myself.
Yeah.
Here's the real question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we're in love?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
Happy
think
ending.
of the people we are? I can compare us to multiple, because you're Noelle, I'm Cody. We're the odd couple. Like, I'm trying to think, it's the, like, almost opposites, but not completely opposites.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much completely opposites. But it
in the
works.
best
I mean,
way
that's
possible.
opposites attract.
True.
That's why we're in love.
Yeah, obviously.
And why we're making a podcast.
True. All right. Thank you guys for watching. This is the end of this week's episode.
Like and subscribe, please. 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 And tell your friends. And tell your Finsta friends. And tell the people that you only talk to once a year. Including your weird aunt.
True. All right. We'll see you next week with another one. Peace, guys.
Deuces.
The long hesitation is what.
No, I'm just trying to